Charles Baudelaire was born in Paris on April 9, 1821, and died there on August 31, 1867. He is considered one of the greatest exponents of symbolism and, in turn, one that initiated modern poetry. His father died when he was only 6 years old, and the following year his mother remarried. Baudelaire never liked his stepfather and lived his childhood and adolescence involved in family conflicts. Baudelaire was expelled from the Institute for Indiscipline, and later, when he enrolled in the Faculty of Law of the University of Paris, he entered the Bohemian life. During this stage, he met Sarah Luchet, a prostitute who inspired him in some poems and which infected him what would be the cause of his death, syphilis. Despite his stepfather's attempts to keep him away from this mundane life, Baudelaire always returned to these ways and scandalized Paris for his relationships with Jeanne Duval, a beautiful mulatta who would inspire him in some of his finest poems. He got into hashish in 1945 and was fiercely committed to the revolution of 1848. Syphilis caused him a first malady of paralysis in 1866 and symptoms of aphasia and hemiplegia, which could drag him to his death, manifested themselves violently in March of 1866, when it underwent an attack in the church of Saint Luc of Namur. After being moved urgently by his mother to a Paris clinic, he remained speechless but lucid until the day of his death. In August of the following year, was devoted to artistic criticism, with works such as Le Salon in 1845 and Le Salon in 1846, rehearsals on painters such as Delacroix or Manet. A great sample of his work as a critic are posthumous collections such as Aesthetic Curiosities and Romantic Art, 1866. The later brought together are his works of literary criticism. He also made musical critiques such as the one dedicated to Wagner's work, with a favorable aspect. In literature, considered Hoffmann and Allan Poe together with Wagner, promoters of a new art, avant-garde, same synthesis that he tried to achieve in his various sketches of theatrical works and in La Fanfare, 1847, which is his only novel. In 1857, he published The Flowers of Evil, a work that caused controversy, which is divided into 6 symbolic parts. The same year of the publication of The Flowers of the Evil, following the same line, began the creation of the small poems in prose, published in full version in 1869. At this time, also published Artificial Paradise, 1858-1860, Richard Wagner and Tannhäuser in Paris, 1861, and The Painter of Modern Life, 1863. In 1864, he broadcast a series of lectures in Belgium, 1864, where he intended to publish his complete works. This project was scuttled for lack of editor and was greatly discouraged in later months. In 1872, his epistolary was published. In 1909, the Journali Intimis, and the first edition of his complete works is in 1939. This author is considered the prophet of modern poetry, the father of this. The publication of The Flowers of Evil, 25 of June of 1857, finished untying the controversy around its figure. They accused Baudelaire and the publisher of this work for offenses against public morality and good manners. No punishment was able to prevent the reprint of 1861, in which appeared some 35 unpublished texts. The Flowers of Evil is structured in 6 parts or sections: Spleen and Ideal, Parisian Pictures, Vine, Flowers of Evil, Rebellion, and Death. In this way, he tries to illustrate the story of a soul in its manifold manifestations. Surely, the author, in a desolate anguish, sought consolation in vine and in elements from the artificial paradise to the refuge in the same death. However, this design should only be symbolic, not as a real succession of phases of its history. Spleen of Paris was published in 1869, after his death. This work is composed by 50 poems in poetic prose, dealing with varied but recurrent themes. They are written between 1855 and 1864, and can be read randomly. That is, they are not dependent on each other. The epilogue is written as a poem in verse. The Spleen of Paris breaks with the classical poetic forms and is considered the precursor to the symbolism. The word spleen expresses melancholy without any reason, characterized by a huge repulsion towards everything.